Hey guys, I hope you're having another beautiful day and making the most of the gift that we have, which is the present. Now today we're going to dive into a great topic, which is all about the importance of mental toughness when it comes to training as an athlete. It's a very crucial part of maximizing your physical attributes because the mind controls the body, right? So it's a massive part of being an elite athlete or just taking your skills to that next level. The key to maximizing your full potential and every opportunity is how resilient your mindset can be and how able you are to seize the moment and use everything that you've put all that hard work into to actually show itself, right? It'd be such a shame to be working and working and working, and then when the opportunity comes, you lack the mental toughness to be able to let it shine. So we're here today to give you some great techniques and some insight into why this is such a needed part of the process when being an athlete. Now, mental toughness is the ability to resist and manage or overcome doubts, worries, concerns, circumstances that prevent us from succeeding and excelling or performing well towards an objective or an outcome that we set out to achieve. As well, being able to resist physical pain or fatigue is all a part of having that ability to stay open-minded and adaptable. Check out our blog, which is 15 ways to develop mental toughness, and this will dive in for better details on the steps to creating the complete mindset. So that goes a little bit more in depth of the attributes and the little skills that are going to work towards the whole mental toughness. That's for everyday living. But for what we have today, it's going to be more focused towards the athletics. But I definitely recommend you go check it out and just give it a quick view and see if there's anything you can gain from it. Now, the mastery of our mind in key moments is due to resilience, self-discipline, and ongoing adjustments. When we focus on what we can control, the external factors trying to add pressure or doubt will be ignored. Being able to stay positive, stay in the moment, and stay with the process is the key to a strong mind. Many aspects of our self-talk, routine, daily habits, and focus lead into our success. But overall, our mindset is what changes that focus. When we are invested in the moment, with passion and complete trust, the only aspect left to do is let it flow. If we do not get the desired results, then we must keep working at our craft. It takes time and dedication to create our dreams. We have to be focused on maximizing every day because Rome wasn't built in a day, right? So it's about that, but the consistency and just staying with the routine. Hard work will always beat talent when talent doesn't work hard. I heard that a lot when I was going through my process, really trying to get to those highest levels of sport. It's so true because being someone who was fortunate enough to have that talent, when my mental toughness at times did lack, those people who put in that hard work on their mindset overcame me regardless if my talent was better than them. So this is where you'll see at a certain point in your careers that you'll see talent will not always take you to the highest level. At some point, it won't be able to compete when those strenuous situations come up, when the mental toughness really is needed to be able to seize that opportunity. So even if you have all that talent in the world, without mental toughness, our true abilities will never shine. So work hard and trust the process. As athletes, we're always trying to improve our skills and be better than our competition. But our focus tends to be on the physical attributes, and sometimes we leave out our mindset. After going through the process of being an elite athlete, it was not until later in my career that I really started noticing a big emergence of, mindset coaching, mental toughness training, motivational speakers, people that were so geared to focusing on the mental side, other than just working on the physical attributes that if you just keep doing it over and over the right way, eventually you'll be good enough and you'll get it there. But you still got to have the mind to control the body to let it happen. So for the most part, a lot of coaches and parents would say, hey, go work on your swing. Go get your arms stronger, get loose, those types of things before a game. But maybe they're not saying, envision yourself stealing second base. See yourself in the ninth inning, with 2 outs, hitting that home run or scoring in that big tying run or winning run or whatever it is in terms of baseball. But any sport you're doing, whatever the situations may be, envisioning that success of the result you want compared to just the physical things you need to do in the sport, right? So when it comes to mental imagery, that is very crucial for seeing positive results and staying positive in pressured situations. It's easy to believe everything will go well, but when the game turns full speed, only muscle memory and split-second reactions are going to be able to make those decisive decisions. If you want your subconscious mind to really respond correctly, then pre-game mental imagery is vital. So you have to be able to see it to believe it, or at least give yourself a better chance to really achieve it. When it comes to training our mind in success for athletics, we must have the mental resilience in order to push our physical body past those points of fatigue, soreness, or suffering in some sports. And if we want to maximize that performance, we have to always be focused on getting ourselves through that wall, right? Usually this can be improved on by conditioning and consistent, efficient, hard training, but we cannot leave out the mental toughness training through other means than just the physical conditioning. These include meditation, yoga, mindfulness techniques, breathing techniques, problem-solving games, puzzles, and some more. Okay, so those are some of the few examples that we'll be touching on today, so you can see the other things you can do to improve your mind and the skills that you use with your mind that are going to make your physical attributes enhanced. So just like any other component of physical training, it takes time to improve on mental toughness skills. To help anyone improve their routine and athletic performance, we have 7 mental toughness techniques that are guaranteed to boost your performance. All 7 of these I did in my career, and I recommend it to any athlete I coach, anyone who's trying to get deeper into sports. I recommend these to them to boost their mental toughness and to maximize what they can. Because coming maybe from a small town like me, not necessarily you're going to have all the exposure. You're not going to have multiple opportunities to be in front of the people who get you to the next level. So you never know who's watching. You never, ever know who's watching. And that was something I always got told by my coaches, by sometimes a scout. If I went down the road, I was fortunate enough to say, you never know who's watching, right? I was fortunate enough to have someone watching me when I was like 13 years old. And where I'm from, really you don't maybe see a scout come around until you're like 16 into 18 years old. So there was always someone paying attention, but in my heart, I just knew play hard, and have fun. So that's the key aspects is play like it's your last and play it with all your passion because, again, you just never know who's watching. So the number one skill and technique that we're going to give to you is meditation, okay? Meditation is such an important aspect of getting our body in tune with itself and connecting the body and the mind. It allows us to reach a deeper level of consciousness due to allowing the body to observe all its senses freely. So you have no judgment of what's going on. You're just really taking in everything around you and learning to be completely still in the moment, which is crucial for being able to clear the mind. When we have to be open to whatever flows through us, we generally are able to embrace those emotions or thoughts that might be popping into our head or might be leading us in a direction to say, you need to be doing more of this or less of this. So it's a great time for reflection. Again, clearing the mind. For us, we need to see that we find the best answers in our lives with meditation. And it's the best way to tap back into the present moment. Because sometimes life seems sped up or it seems a little bit stressful and heavy, and you want to be able to clear your mindset and just move forward with a positive, conscious mindset, right? So it brings us back into harmony with our higher self and creates real consciousness. When we are conscious, we live smarter, healthier, kinder, and more in the moment. So meditation is one of the best techniques you can use to really close off that chatter, work on the stillness of the mind, which having that clear mind when you go into performances is going to allow you to make better decisions on the go. Now, of course, it's very important in athletics because we need to be in that present moment. Focusing and having the ability to move on from failure or success while continuously staying locked into the present is huge for those elite athletes. Now, athletes who can do this are at the next level and typically stand out amongst their peers. having a better mind-body awareness is what separates the greats from the other pros. Muscle memory and feel is crucial for success in athletics. So having a better connection mentally to our physical senses will give you a step up on your competition. And for more insight on the power of meditation, we have a great blog that we wrote a few weeks ago called The Importance of Meditation and 5 brainwaves that we can tap into. So that's going to get even more deeper into the importance of meditation, how it's going to help in your whole life. It's going to be able to show you the origin, the history of it, and some amazing brainwaves we tap into, which then connect with our nervous system and our whole ability to function on a higher vibration. So amazing stuff. Definitely go check it out and give it a read. Number 2 is yoga and any mindfulness practice. So a moving meditation in my sense. Just like meditation, yoga brings together the awareness of our body and mind while developing improved mobility, stability, flexibility, balance, and coordination. So it's doing physical benefits with the mental benefits. So yoga is also excellent for creating neuromuscular connections that helps with that body awareness in any activity. So yoga, in my opinion, is that meditation in motion because the mind has to be present or the practice feels sloppy or out of sync, and you kind of lose sight of what's bringing you into that moment. So consistently practicing yoga allows for enhanced connections between what's real versus feel. And that's a big part of athletics, as I mentioned. The more we can perform correctly by feel, the better success we have for real. So some days I might show up to the field and I'm going to hit some balls in the cage before BP or anything like that. And I'm feeling, like my top hand is really staying on top of the ball. But when I'm hitting the ball, maybe it's actually just a little bit under the ball. So my feel is on top, but my real is on time and level with the ball. So it's about getting that feel to real as close as possible so that when you do make that judgment, you're doing it correctly. And if you look at any of the best athletes, Tiger Woods, Michael Jordan, it was all feel. And once they feel it, say Steph Curry shoots a ball and just runs down the court. He feels it, knows it, and his feel and real are in tune because his mindset and his physical work ethic are on the same page. So he's able to get the results he's wanting because he's putting in the work and believes it. So it's all about that mindfulness together. Now on to the next is breathing techniques. Another key part that goes into yoga, mindfulness, anything that's meditative or at all, because breathing is the core of what allows those practices to really work. So when we look at elite athletes, we can see the conscious effort of controlling their breathing that makes or break their psyche in times of extreme focus and endurance. We can push ourselves through many challenges just by controlling our breathing. And this is demonstrated by Wim Hof, who's an amazing teacher, and he can endure extreme cold temperatures for hours on end by just controlling his breathing and his mindset. The two are very interrelated, and when we learn to control one, the other tends to follow suit. It's part of that autonomic system. As we control one part of it, the other ones will follow suit. So if we control our breathing and lower it, the things like our heart rate, our blood saturation levels, our blood pressure, they're also on the autonomic system. So when we control the breathing, the other ones will come down with it. So when you tune one, you tune the others, and that's very important. Now, within my sports career, I always focused on taking a few deep breaths before every at-bat, before a pitch, when I'm in the outfield, anywhere that I'm going to be in tune with a play. I would always try to have my breath nice and calm and relaxed so that I would make smarter decisions on the fly. I always found that it made me seem slightly more in the moment and that time slowed down just a little bit so that, again, that you make smarter decisions. Athletics are all about those split-second reactions. And any way we can perceive for time to be slowed down is definitely a bonus. Because as you step up in the ranks in sports, everything kind of speeds up, the game gets faster, your opportunity to make a decision gets smaller, and you want to make the best decision you can from all that hard work you're putting in. So that is crucial with being able to slow down time in your mind. This is due to lack of control for a lot of people when they react too quick because muscle memory is trying to take over. So sometimes you get compulsive and you kind of just do something and then you think about it after and you go, oh, I shouldn't have done that. right? That's just the lack of control towards the focus or the mental toughness to be able to resist what's going on from the pressure. Breath control can completely make or break an athlete in pressure situations, and it is a key factor that separates amateurs from pros. So a breathing technique that I find very helpful in athletics is a 4-2-8 technique. So you're going to breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds, hold for 2 seconds, and then out through your mouth for 8 seconds. And being able to take a big diaphragmatic breath in is going to get you as much air as you can. Pausing for 2 seconds lowers the heart rate by actually holding your breath. And then breathing out for twice as long as you took to inhale is going to help turn on the parasympathetic system a little bit while you're in your athletics. So it'll allow you to be a little bit more calm, be a little bit more resilient in what you're doing, and make a smarter decision. And if you want to use this before a game because you're getting a little bit nervous or anxious, you can do it for about 5 to 10 minutes beforehand and really bring yourself back down to a calm state of mind. Or you can do it right before a play or an at-bat, or when you're going to step on the field or the court or the rink, whatever the sport is. You just use it in those times that it's needed for you to be at your best. Either way, it's effective and it's going to be helpful in staying calm during pressure situations. Now, for more breathing techniques to help with calming the mind and body, check out our other recent blog, which is Breathing Techniques and Ways to Reach Deeper Levels of Tranquility. Now, that one dives into meditation as well and how the breathing corresponds with it, but it also gives you some great techniques that are going to help in other things if you have, more anxiety, or you have a lot of times where you do get very stressed out. It's going to give you some cool techniques that are going to boost your ability to stay conscious and be more in control and emotional stability. Now, number 4 is mental imagery. Very important to be able to envision what you're going to do so that you feel more comfortable and it's second nature for your muscle memory to take over. If we don't see it, it is harder to believe it. Mental imagery helps create the results we are desiring by envisioning it already taking place. It's key. It helps align confidence and trust in our abilities because we have more belief that it is now achievable. The subconscious mind is very strong in taking over from our conscious actions, so it always wants to do the role of what it needs to do. Because again, the subconscious mind is stronger than the conscience. And typically in sports, we are more in our sympathetic nervous system, which is governed by the fight or flight mode, and it usually has a lot of adrenaline involved with that hormone release. Therefore, muscle memory will be key for performing when everything is actually at game speed. When we see ourselves ahead of time performing the task or making the right play, it gives us a precursor to what may happen. This creates better preparation for play. Constantly envisioning the next play is the only way to execute to the best of our ability because we have an idea or a plan of what the possibilities may be to come. Now, when I was playing baseball, before games, I'd usually take at least 10 to 15 minutes and I'd have headphones on, be doing my thing, and I'd be envisioning right after batting practice, so I've already swung, I've already seen how my body's feeling, trying to get that mind-body connection, the real versus feel, seeing what I need to adjust. And I'll just sit in silence and reenact things in my brain that I know could happen. So that might be me chasing fly balls, coming against the wall, needing to climb the wall, needing to brace the wall, diving in the gap, throwing a guy out with the 9th inning, 2 out, and I got to throw him out at home or wherever the position. And I would go through these scenarios so that when it would happen, it doesn't feel stressful. I just have to just do what I already thought about doing. So my subconscious mind allows my muscle memory to take over, and it'll happen a lot smoother, more efficiently, and I now have the better chance of making that play than getting stooped by what happened and getting a little bit thrown off, and now I'm not as calm, and then I don't think rationally, and I throw the ball to the wrong place, or I make a bad throw, or I miss the ball, or anything that could happen because I'm not keeping myself relaxed. So the best athletes can take a stressful situation and handle it very comfortably. So even before, an at-bat, I would always see myself in the box already by the time I'm in the hole or even on the bench still, seeing myself going through the at-bat, seeing how he's pitching other people, how he's already pitched to me, how he would pitch to me, and seeing myself hitting the ball and getting the job done based on the situation. So just giving yourself more mental imagery of success gives you a higher chance that you'll fulfill it that direction. So plus during the games, as new situations will arise, right, you got to be able to make adjustments on the go. In between each pitch, you make a new mental imagery, you move on. If you don't have time to do that, well then you got to just let it flow. But anytime you can make a quick note of what's going on and try to see it in the positive light, then most likely it's going to help your performance and trusting yourself to create the result. Now, number 5 is mind games. So that's really important to keep improving on your memory skills, your problem-solving abilities, the skills that are going to help you in life, but also be able to take different situations and handle them smartly. Now, games are great for switching things up and doing something a little different, regardless of what the game is, as long as it's helping you improve problem-solving skills, rational decision-making, and improving decision-making speed, so you can do them smart and faster. It will be beneficial for improving mental toughness. The mind is clearly just as important as the physical attributes for progressively improving, but the benefits are amazing because they enhance the skills that play into the physical athletics. So more than I would say your mental can help your physical more than your physical doing it more and more and more will help your mental. Some people will say balance, but I think the more your mind is in control and in strength, the more your physical attributes can rise. If you don't work on your mind, but you just keep working on your physical, you might not have the ability to let that really shine. So you really need to keep working on the mental just as much, or if not more, than your physical attributes. So when it comes to the benefits, it's pretty amazing because they're going to enhance your skills to play any sport that you're doing, because you need those problem-solving skills. You need quick decision-making. You got to be able to make smarter decisions on the fly and adjust. So certain little games can give you those tools that make you better at those skills when you then go into your sport. So each of the sports or each of the games that I like to play are chess, Sudoku, and crossword puzzles. More chess for me and Sudoku. I like those because the chess gives me thinking ahead of time, making a plan, reacting to what the opponent has based on how much time's on the clock. I have to make a decision, learn from maybe a game before I made a bad move against the same move. So there's so much little thinking going on. And then Sudoku is all about math and connecting numbers, and you have to, again, problem solve and rationalize what's going on. So again, on a clock. So doing things with a little bit of a time period and giving yourself that little push is going to keep making you better and better. And now they have sites that have come out, apps that have come out that are like Lumosity or Mind Map, and they give you the tools and the little games that do memory recollection and problem solving, figure out the riddle, and again, it just makes you think outside the box and become a smarter decision maker, which are crucial for our athletics. So you want to be able to have patience. You want to be able to have open thinking. You want to be able to be a quick thinker and making smart decisions. And mind games are going to be excellent for improving that. But the mental toughness and skills are going to allow us to maximize our potential, which in times outperforms better talent. So just know, if you have a stronger mind, maybe you will do better than that person who has a little more talent than you because you're outwitting them, right? You got to think this is still a tactical means in all sports. Not everyone is cut out to be a quarterback. Not everyone's cut out to be a point guard. Not everyone's cut out to be that leader on the team that has to do a little more thinking and analytics while they're playing the game, right? So those types of athletes will always stand out because they're maximizing their physical abilities. Everyone else is on the team, and they're doing it through their mental toughness skills. So work on those mind games that are going to improve those attributes you need to make your physical attributes enhance. Okay. Now, one that is just a really interesting technique to bring in the moment is cold showers. Now, cold showers have widely been used and are still being used for physical recovery. The benefits are also great for our mental toughness because it teaches us how to be comfortable in uncomfortable situations. It forces us to control our breathing and calm down our heart rate and relax the mind as it keeps saying, get out, get out, get out. Imagine you get in a cold shower. Your body's going to tell you, yeah, get out, get out, get out. But nonetheless, it is a technique that is proven to bring us back into the present and create resilience for uncomfortable situations, which is inevitable during elite sports. Imagine the game is tight, right? The score is tied, and there's only a few minutes or a couple outs left in the game. These situations are uncomfortable, but we must learn to stay calm and still execute. Because at the end of the day, those situations are what we actually dream of. The same things that are the most pressured and the most strenuous are the same things that most people dream of being in the situation to embrace it and succeed through it. So, being that those situations are uncomfortable, we need to know how to be resilient. And this is a great way to become more resilient because you're just doing something in another way that teaches you how to be comfortable when something is uncomfortable. Because you can't just run away from everything. You got to be able to face up to it and own it and seize that opportunity. Now, of course, those truly resilient athletes, we all know them. They stand out of the bunch like no tomorrow. So that could be Tiger Woods, it could be Michael Jordan, it could be Usain Bolt. But they have that next level resilience where no matter what comes their way, they're going to shine and rise to the occasion. And the skill comes from years of trusting the process and believing in their abilities. The work must be put in, but if you train hard and build enough experience, eventually the confidence will keep increasing and the mental fortitude will be excellent. So try out some cold showers. Start with 15 seconds, then 30 seconds. Try a minute. Eventually you'll be able to do 10 minutes. And being able to stay resilient in an uncomfortable situation, you will be surprised how it helps you in your physical performances when those situations arise that you want to succeed in. And I want you to succeed in it. Even though not everyone can, because someone's got to fail or lose, but at least you're raising the level of competition and you're making everyone better. And that's what it's all about. Having fun, but developing everyone to be the best that they can be, because maybe not everyone's going to be a professional athlete, but hopefully someone's going to be, the next engineer and a doctor and parents, right? And we want to be able to have the attributes and the skills that are going to create a better future for everyone. And teaching these skills to ourselves to enhance our physical abilities is going to help you in your sport, but then help you in your life, right? So definitely try it out. It might be tough at first, but over time you will get used to it. And number 7 is motivational music. Have fun. That's always key in sports. But just remember, anyone who has achieved amazing feats took years of lessons, micro failures, setbacks, and a complete dedication towards their passion in order to master their abilities. But their mindset is what allowed everything to link together. Staying in the moment and going with the flow allows us to make smart decisions on the fly. Self-accountability is vital for consistency and elevation. Without it, our mental toughness has no foundation. Toughness means much more than withstanding pain or suffering or just being able to endure. It also refers to our strength for making good habits, smart decisions, productive routines that allow us to reach our full potential. The ability to maintain strong will, deep focus, and a positive growth mindset is true mental toughness. As athletes, we need to always be improving our skills on and off the field, and adding in these 7 techniques that we went through today will definitely help boost your performances and opportunities for success. So anyone who's tuning in for the first time, I appreciate you sticking along through the whole video, right? Go ahead, hit that like, share, subscribe, and keep getting notifications for when we keep posting our great content to help you level up your sport performance or just your life performance and uplifting that mental toughness and your overall mindset. It's all about that leveling up. And it's about that consistent growth, right? So as always, we want you to stay strong. We want you to stay consistent, and we want you to stay healthy. Until next time, level up.